All right, we're going to review the Today I Can Change website. And overall, the website's nice. It's responsive. It's a nice template. You got some nice graphics going on it. You definitely spend a lot of time on your content. I do like it. This is how your page kind of loads in the average size browser window. Even though you may have the best monitor in the world, not majority of your audience does. So I would recommend, first of all, removing this space up here. First of all, take all of this space out of here and remove everything up. First of all, that's just wasted space. Even though it's nice and white, I would recommend tidying that up a little bit. That way you can get your button above the fold, because this really is one of the most important elements on your page. That call to action. Now let's talk about that lead form right there. That lead form right there, it's very confusing. 15-minute goal setting session. Okay. But it's very hard to read. 15-minute change, get yours today. Yes, I kind of understand it after a few seconds or a few minutes and digging into your content. But it's a little bit busy. And it's got a lot of stuff going on there. So I would definitely recommend testing different variations of that. Also testing a different button. Get instant access is probably the most generic thing out there. I know it comes with the default buttons, but I would try free download, free instant access, free goal setting kit. Make people feel they'll get a lot of value for what they're getting. Get instant access doesn't mean anything. And, the fields don't even look like they associate with the button. Enter your first name, enter your best email. They're not too bad, but this whole area could definitely be a lot better. I will never give your email out. That doesn't make any sense. It should say, we value your privacy. We never spam. We never spam, something that people can really understand too. Don't make people think. You don't want to really confuse them or create any friction to get them to fill this stuff out. But I'd be interested to know how many people fill out that right column. I did like the other one that you have, though. As we scroll through the content, majority of this stuff is all pretty good. Let's go down. We'll skip the line. I like this one. This one I really like. I love your picture, but you're using so many different fonts in here. I mean, it's just hard to read. Everything is kind of bashed together. It's a little bit, you got some errors there. It's overlapping. It's too big. But I would definitely recommend cleaning this whole up right here, because this is pretty good. And also, as we scroll down, that's all fine. Start here. I tried everything to change, and I go and I let's say I don't want to watch that video. I have to now read through all of this. Okay. When I arrive at your site, overall, what it comes down to is I ask myself, who are you, what do you do, and why should I care? And if you can't answer those things, then no one's going to actually engage with you or give you money. So, who are you? Okay. Let's go down and figure out who you are. Okay, I see you got some Twitter followers there. You got this going on here. Okay. Let me go back to get started. Start here. Okay. I tried everything to change. Now I can finally learn about you. But if you really want people to change, then you need to tell them to change. And I think by introducing yourself a little bit better than just these random photos, you can do a lot better job. So what is your unique value proposition? Empowering you to dream bigger. So everything about your unique value proposition, dream bigger, changing, should be consistent. I think these two actually compete with each other. 15-minute change versus dream bigger. Maybe your lead form is 15 minutes to dream bigger. Or, I don't know, 15 minutes to change. It does 15-minute change. I don't know what the benefit is. I want to dream bigger. I don't want to take 15 minutes to do anything. I want to dream bigger now. I want to change my life right away. And how are you going to do that for me? So let's go back to start here. It shouldn't say start here. It should say about me. Because if you're saying start here, you're asking them to go here and then do something. Okay, you want them to go here and watch the video? Okay. How are you actually going to turn this into something that eventually drives profit? You know, are you selling products through your newsletter? Are you selling services? I don't know what the ROI is here. Really, where are you benefiting from? Are you just creating a following and that's all you care about? Okay, sure. But what it really comes down to is your end goal. So if this is working for you, I think it's all doing pretty well. The only really recommendation I have is to clean up some of this stuff and start removing stuff, because this homepage, it's got a lot going on. I like this image, but I don't understand it. Define destiny. I need to get from this cleft to that. Okay. I can dream bigger than I can jump. Okay. But it's it's just an idea of a different way to think about it. I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I just think you can maybe start removing some stuff. And by removing some stuff, you can make it a little bit less busy and have some clear action. Let's take a look at an example. Let me see if I can find one I just came across. This one looks pretty nice. Let's try this one. So imagine this was your site and you had a nice clean logo at the top and it said Dream Bigger up here. You had a clear navigation and then it went into your lead form where it was clear to understand. Yes, they could put a nice picture of a PDF right there or about their 10 days to ask kicking your debt. But this is, essentially the composition that you should be going for. You should be trying to figure out exactly how to get your eye to nicely flow across a page before you indulge them in a ton of content. And you see how their images are just kind of all right there, but they do have some nice content, white space around them. I think that's what's bothering me the most about your site, is that there's too much stuff going on. Let's take a look at somebody else. Let's take a look at Michael Hyatt's site. His unique value proposition is helping leaders leverage influence. Your eye is very easy to rest on his face. So, he basically went through and nicely removed a lot of the complexity for his lead form. So it makes it look professional, that I'm not going to sell your email address. I feel comfortable about giving it to him. He had some credibility about being ranked, has a nice video. But you see how things are kind of like broken up, and it's really easy to browse through and kind of understand. If you go up and then you actually get to his about page, which is similar to your get started page, he's not overwhelming you with really a lot of information. He's just making it really easy to read and scan. And I think, taking away from that, that's a good idea. Chris Brogan also does a great job of this. Let's take a look at it. As soon as you arrive there, it's very easy to really relate to him with this nice little picture. He's got those puppy dog eyes, and he's talking to you, visually, and it's very easy for you to scan down the page because he's got these nice breaks in content. You're able to click and read more if you really want to, and everything is just flowing nicely. Let's take a look at compared to yours. Everything's on white, yes, but it does just boom. It just gets so busy. It's hard for me to really understand what I'm going to get out of this. And that's, I think, what my point really is. What's your unique value proposition? What differentiates you from other personal development blogs? And how am I going to really dream bigger? I hope this is helpful. Take care.